Good evening, curling fans. Okay, I hear myself in a little bit of an echo, which is weird, but I hope the sound is great. I know what it is. It's right here. Okay, so this should be better. So again, good evening, curling fans. I'm doing this by myself tonight. Well, not entirely by myself. I will bring in a special guest, Gary. Gary, working for Curling Club Zemst, is going to be my co-presenter tonight for this game in League B. John, unfortunately, couldn't be here. He had family obligations. But maybe we have the next best thing here with Gary. Gary is familiar with the boot. He was my co-commenter last year during the World Curling Tour events, and maybe next week again. Who knows? It's always interesting to kind of bring in guest commenters. So next week, World Curling Tour. I assume you're in full prep for that.
Yeah, indeed. And apologies for being late. You know, the makeup people, sometimes they drag out. And
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, WCT, good stuff. We got some, our top billing this year is Team China, who are, I think, like 30th on the overall world ranking list, and somewhere around top 15 for the actual country team list. So yeah, looking forward to seeing them play. And of course, we got some really good European lineup as well. Unfortunately, we had a couple of last-minute cancellations due to injuries and people not making their local playoffs. So there's a couple of less teams than we anticipated. But with 10 teams, and we've got like a double round robin with pools of 5. I think we still got a lot of good matches to look forward to, which you guys will be covering excellently as usual, of course.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, definitely. We already had the skip of Team Westerberg, Jules Westerberg, drop in on Friday evening to kind of check out the stream. He probably wanted to see how the streaming was, and because he has to play on stream, he was pretty impressed with the cameras and the microphones and all of that. So look forward to having more teams on Kurdia, and like you mentioned, Chinese team Chu, I think the name was. Looking forward to that. Should be a strong team, I guess.
Yeah, and should get you guys quite a few views as well, right? I mean,
I hope so. Yeah,
curling pretty strong in Asia, so yeah, we'll try and get the word out and get your viewers viewership up a little bit.
And the Asian Pacific region, curling is kind of a growing sport. I remember 2 years ago where we had the team from South Korea, the South Korea Metropolitan team. They brought a lot of fans as well. And last season during the finals, we even beat the Bernese Ladies Cup in terms of viewers on our stream. We hit a triple number there on the viewer count, which was pretty good.
And, for those in the know, that's pretty normal, right? In the sense that, I mean, you guys, your commentary is a little bit funky. And yes, there are maybe, top-level curlers, former top-level curlers as commentators out there, which you can't beat. But, you still see a lot of streams out there, which is just static. And then you got a lot of those where, you barely see half of the playing field either side. So if that's what people are used to, and then they come to Kurdia, then I think there's no choice, no competition, right? No choice.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's the kind of thing we want to do if you're really a curling player and you know all about the game and you see a static stream, you know what to look for, and you kind of puzzle out what's going on during the game, even with the kind of the mirrored sheets where somebody slides off on the left hand of the screen and then comes into the house on the right hand, and you understand, well, that's basically one big sheet, just two camera angles. But like for people less familiar with the sports, it's very hard to watch a static stream and kind of know what's going on, what the score is, what the stake is, what they're trying to do, which team kind of is in favor to win, etc., etc. So kind of bringing the kind of layer of the story of the game on top of the stream, I think that makes it interesting to watch.
Yeah, and that's why we love you guys so much.
Oh, awesome. Lots of compliments here for us, and also for you guys for organizing this tournament. It's the third or the fourth time it's being organized.
Yeah, this is the third time we're doing the WCT, and a bit of a shameless plug. I mean, we'll be doing our very first WCT mixed competition as well. That's early January. So, and that's actually a 300 series. So, looking forward to having some really good top teams on board for that one. And but yeah, that will be our first. But the men's is the third time running. Yeah.
Awesome. I think curling in Belgium here in Zemst, it's growing each year. It's progressing more and more, and that goes for the World Curling Tour, goes for the club memberships, of course, but also goes for the Belgian Curling League, mentioned earlier. We hit a new record once more. The league keeps growing. 32 teams now from all different countries, spread over 3 leagues. League B even split in 2 groups. And we're going to cast one of the games in this League B tonight. Let's have a quick look at the standings in the group. This is the group we're going to cast tonight. On the sheet warming up currently is Team Lëtzebuerg, the Luxembourgian team, playing against the Schrobkes. Köln, they left yesterday evening, but they've played 3 matches already. What is your kind of first impression on the quality in this group, and who would be your picks or your favorites to battle for promotion?
Battle for promotion? I'm not so sure. I thought we were doing picks for the game first, but I mean, it's these B divisions are a bit of a mix, right? I think Duns Schrobkes, would you see the amount of experience that there is in that team with former national players and that kind of stuff? I mean, they got to be favorite in this league. Other than that, to be frank, I spend so much hours at these clubs, I don't get to watch all the games. So I have to be selective in the ones that I do watch. And there's really a couple of names there that are not all that familiar to me. But no, I mean, Köln, yeah, we've seen them play last year. Pretty solid at that kind of level. So yeah, maybe it's a bit easy to pick numbers 1 and 2, but yeah, I think there are some prime candidates for promotion there.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I would agree with you there. Köln relegating from Ligue A, so they are a strong team. Even with the rounds in the seasons where they played in B, they were always kind of top of the group, battling for those promotion spots. And Dutch Schroppers, same story. Basically, they were this close from promoting last round in the winter round, and they're going to try again right here. Köln, of course, having that bonus of their first 3 matches already perfect, 3 wins, 0 losses. That puts some pressure on the opponents. And then Lëtzebuerg, they are a former Ligue A team, have dropped to League B. It sounds like dropped is a negative word, but basically the quality of the Belgium league grow substantially. So Ligue A is a very, very solid team. Even like the usual suspects in Ligue A that are kind of standard Ligue A teams have to fight for their spot every round. There is no kind of certainty anymore, maybe except for Team Vreken, but other than that, even the desperate housekeepers who were second a couple of times in a row were very lucky to even stay in a last round. So spots in Ligue A are extremely expensive at this moment.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, you play with N19, you will be on cast later. Are you playing with N19 against Team Vreken tonight?
Yeah. So it's going to be a bit of a long day, and depending if how long the match takes, I might have to shoot off a bit early to warm up. But yeah, playing tonight. I'm not sure if I should be saying that. I mean, obviously, we're always going to go out there and then try and give people a good game. We have been playing kind of okay-ish. But like you said, I mean, Team Vreken, they're in a league to themselves. As you know, I coached them this year. We've been out to the Euros. I mean, the level of play that they've shown out there compared to what they show here, what they kind of have to do in the BCL. I mean, there's really a still considerable gap. So when they step on the gas, I don't think there's any team in any of our BCL leagues that can kind of keep up with them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, sometimes you have the feeling like you're in the race. You score your 1 point on your end. They just score 2 on their end. The score gap seems small enough to give the other team the impression it's still doable. But as you progress to the game, end after end, you could just see that window of opportunity close down. And they're the strongest team in Belgium. And they prove it every year consecutively. There is no doubt about that. But other than Team Vreken, I think it's very hard to tell in League A which team will end up on top, which team will be fighting against relegation here.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, most teams are kind of, similar strength, I guess. Team Vreken, by the way, is not just talent, right? I mean, the amount of hours that they put in practicing, playing international tournaments again, also that really doesn't compare, I don't think, to any other team in our league.
Yeah, that's true. I think they're really the team that is expecting a performance from themselves, and that shows in the practice they put in and the effort they put in. It's not just showing up, having a fun night out and see how well they do on that particular night. Even when a game was postponed earlier this week, they show up to train.
Of course.
But back to this game, I'll hop it back to the booth because you mentioned we do predictions. It's Luxembourg, but you pronounce it Lëtzebuerg in Lëtzebuergian against the team from Tilburg, the Schrobkes. What's your take on the game and what would be your prediction tonight?
I would actually ask John if
Yeah.
if I needed to take over his.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten back to me. Yeah, I gotta go with our Dutchies. I think for this one.
Going for Tilburg, yeah. Luxembourg, they won their first game. That was the big derby. The two Luxembourgian men's team, the Red Lions, against Curling Club Luxembourg. They were super happy, super proud that they were able to beat the Red Lions. I think that was the kind of one game they really, really, really wanted to win. Other than that, okay, you always want to win, but that particular game was noted on their calendar as that's the important one, and they did. They have a perfect record of 1 win out of 1 games, but this is their second one. In terms of my predictions, the Luxembourgian team are playing with 3 players instead of 4. Could be an advantage because the front end plays an extra stone, helps to kind of figure out that draw weight. But then again, you lack a sweeper that could end up hurting them along the way. But I'm gonna follow you with the pick. I think Den Schrobkes should be like a better team. Bart Klomp, experienced player, playing in the international tournaments as well. Wouter Dagmarlinde, I think they are a very solid young team, performing better and better each year. So I'm tipping towards the Dutchies to take the victory home tonight. But we'll have to wait and see. The ice is slippery, the stones are around, everything can happen, and we've seen all kinds of scenarios play out.
Indeed, and the rocks don't know who you are, right, or what pedigree you have. I mean, game has to be played for sure. But I mean, with Bart out there playing for Den Schrobkes, he's had so much international experience that I don't think it's hard to go against that.
Yeah, and again, it's also not the same Luxembourg as we had a couple of years before. Alex, president of the Luxembourgian curling club and the federation, used to be a player. We haven't seen him this season. I don't know if he signed up with the roster of the team, but he's not here. And of course, Dan Kelly, that was one of the familiar faces that was around with the team. I think he retired from curling, or at least I haven't seen him so far. And they brought in Rick. I think that's also kind of a stronger player in the team. Takes up the fourth and skip, so that should help Luxembourg to kind of have that edge. But then again, the Schrobkes is still a pretty good team. I think they just wrapped up their LSD, so I'll go hop it over to the booth and see what's happening there on the ice. We can take a seat. I'll leave it to you to fill in the scoreboards, but I don't know if you remember how it worked, otherwise I can help you out.
I don't think you had the scoreboard the last time I was in there. It's been ages. But
it's a bit complex, but I think if you just tap next, that will kind of toggle through the stones and...
Okay.
Yeah. So, as the teams are getting ready, Den Schrobkes is starting off, which tells us that Luxembourg had the better LSD here. That feels super important during the warm-up, but as soon as the first stone is in play, I think you forget all about the LSD story until the end of the season, where it could be a tiebreaker.
Yeah, and it's always a bit of a question how that, last stone advantage translates into this kind of level, right? Because, I mean, if you look at the stats for the top teams, there's definitely a big slant towards winning the game if you've won the LSD and have the hammer in the first.
Yeah.
At this kind of level, it's still a little bit of an open question, but we'll see what gives at the end of the game.
Maar zo hoog mogelijk. Hij rent hier nog wel, denk ik. Blijf erbij. Ja, hij mag inderdaad wel zitten. Oké, is niet erg. Oh, nee. Ja, dit was aan de andere kant hackweight geweest.
So Bart indicated there that they think the speed is a little bit different. Both sides of the ice. So we'll see what that does throughout the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Luxembourg is sending a men's team to the European C
Yeah,
division
needs
this
to
year.
curl, needs to curl. Needs to curl.
They do send
Yeah,
the women's
we'll
team.
get a good piece of it, but it needs to curl. No, just, no.
Yeah, maybe the skip coming in isn't, because obviously he's, what is he, English, Canadian, whatever.
Yeah.
So he may not be eligible.
Yeah, true.
That's possible, right?
It's possible.
He's only just moved to Luxembourg.
Lean. Yep. Hard. All the way. Je hebt hem nog. Geen rol.
Ja.
Oké.
10-7, so...
Hij kan er best veel. Ik weet niet waarom, maar...
Pat myself on the back and done a good job with the ice there again.
Yeah, you are. You have a pretty busy schedule, like preparing the ice, come into the booth, comment, prepare the ice again, and then play on the sheets. But then again, maybe a small advantage of you. You have the full 2 hours to inspect the curl and the parameters of the ice right here. I noticed you have a chrono to even measure hog-to-hog times.
Yeah, that was just a bit of a facetious comment because, as you know, I mean, we've been we try to keep it into a reasonable playing condition, and the speed's been kind of okay. But we do have a little bit of an issue with some of the sides being uneven. But you know, as you know, Tuesday evening will be flooding, so we've got Mark Callan coming in. For those that are not aware, he's really one of the top ice makers in the world who'll do the ice for us in the for the WCT.
Misschien net buiten.
So yeah, hopefully we'll get those issues straightened out in a couple of days' time. And then of course the club play will benefit after the WCT is gone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the world of curling ice makers, we can say without bragging that Mark Allen is a bit of a celebrity.
Yeah, and he's been just a couple of weeks ago was announced as the head ice tech, chief ice tech for the Olympics, right? So.
Ja, hij rent wel.
Olympic ice next week here in Zemst.
Oké, net 12 is oké. Net
I wonder if you're paying him enough for that. No, he does, irrespective, he always does a grand job, so. We're talking about loads of stuff except about the rocks being played, but yeah, not anything world-shocking happening. A couple of rocks going in the house, then being played out, so I guess both teams are just trying to get their feet under them a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's like a typical story first ends, kind of figuring out still
Stay with it, we might be
weights, although you had a warm-ups.
No, no tick.
It's still a pretty open house. Opportunities for the team with the hammer, but then the Schrobkes, they have their center guard there.
Yeah, because some of the players still having a little bit of issue with the with the speed, right?
Yeah.
Lijn is oké, is je wijd? Ja, alleen lengte.
There is, I mean, if you have first warm-up, there can be a bit of a difference. So, yeah, it might only be like 13 or even 12 and a half hog to hog when you first start warming up, but then, you know, even in the first end, it speeds up pretty quickly to, you know, 14 and a half. We've seen some 15 and a bit more.
Komt al wel iets meer op snelheid. Dit is 14-9.
I think in one of my recent matches I had to throw like 15 and a half plus for a guard.
I still like to do this, but
a little bit less for T-line, so that's
I think it'll be
pretty
very,
much
very
lightning
straight.
speed, right?
Actually, it's just your board. No. Yeah. It's curling. It's curling. Hey. But that's the right way. The right way to miss. Yeah.
The right way to miss. That's
Yeah, often not a joke, right? I mean, it's what a lot of the top players call tolerance. So, or in other sports, you sometimes hear them talking about the pro miss. But yeah, obviously you want the shot to play it as it's called. But if you do miss it, I mean, there is such a way as missing it correctly or missing it the wrong side or the wrong way, right?
Oké. Clean, blijf erbij. Oké. Lijn heb je wel.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Bart splitting the house there.
Oké, hij curlt het clean. Oké. Dag maar als je kan. Push hem. Hij wordt er
Want
wel.
that pretty much a little bit short because you do want to get that a little bit more level so there's no double there, but then again it's the B division, so
yeah.
not a given, that kind of double.
That's true, and it's like you said. I mean, being aware of your tolerance level, where to miss, that's important in this type of games where nobody throws like a perfect scores, has 90% plus accuracy. So being able to deal with those error margins could bring the difference between a big miss or an acceptable usable stone, even though it was not the primary call.
Yeah, so because that draw from Schrobkes, I mean, it wasn't just about
It definitely let it work.
not leaving the double, but obviously it ending up so high in the house does leave Luxembourg the option
Just starting to curl.
To get behind
to
it.
draw behind. Not just getting the line right.
Just for line. If it's going to be behind T, you might as well be. If you're going to be behind T, let's really be behind T.
Hack.
Again, pretty open that rock.
Yep.
Shouldn't be too hard for Schrobkes to get rid of that one.
Yeah, true. I think looking from the hack, it's fully exposed. So just a matter of finding that good hack weight and then decides where to put the broom and control the amount of curl on the stone here.
Hard. Whoa.
Yeah, there.
You want to avoid having it over curl.
Rol hem naar binnen. Rol hem
We're
voor die
sweeping
andere.
for curl, so
Ja, niet te ver.
you kind of get what you what you work at, right?
Actually, want to get it just a little low.
Yeah, that was one of the most possible worst outcomes.
Yeah, it leaves this double takeout opportunity here.
And I don't think the back one is going to catch on that
Yes!
on that yellow. So
Yes! Yeah! Yeah, still got it, still got it. All right.
Shooter ends up in a nice spot there behind the corner guard.
Yeah.
So that was a very good end.
I'm glad the red
outcome
actually
there.
stayed, is up, but we were lying too.
Op zich denk ik dat hij altijd wel langs die guard komt hoor, maar ja, laten we dit gewoon proberen. Liefst voor de T-line, mocht hij wat hard zijn, hierop komen. Niet erg. Ja, ik denk daar gewoon in die pocket. Een soort van pocket. Een brede pocket. Hij moet het liefst top 4 vriezen tegen die meeslinker. Maar als hij wat hard is of zo, dan kunnen we altijd nog op die achterste gelen. Is die er lang?
I'm not sure that's Bart's intent, probably is, but you do want to place the rock so that you're not leaving Luxembourg any kind of take-out possibility, and you start to force them to draw, right? Or
yeah, take those 2 yellow stones kind of out of a scoring position and put your red stone in a way it's hard to take out, forcing Luxembourg a low hammer efficiency.
14-13 there, hog to hog. That's roughly T-line, so not bad. Almost.
Yeah, because we're shot. So yeah, it's either that or we could. This is pretty good because we're. That's the point. Is we play over here. We trade stones. We get 2. If we come over here, trade stones. We get 2.
Well, not unless Bart makes the
Yeah,
double
we're shot.
if you put it there.
The only thing is if we go here, slight chance for 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Less, definitely less. It really doesn't curl until it gets over center. Corner freeze. Yeah. Because we're shot. Our yellow in the back is shot. And then being behind T, yes, we're shot. And by corner freezing, it's also a little bit of a guard. If I knew my draw weight perfectly, I'd put on T on that side. Because we could trade stones to get 2.
Or we can go home now. We're just commentating on.
Yeah, that makes it easier if they have mics and well, no need to narrate the decision. They can do it themselves.
It's a lot of room.
I don't know if I agree with him putting it T-line on the other side, but.
No. Make sure it's there though. Make sure we're shots. Don't back off. Okay. Yeah.
In for a bit of extra sweeping
Yeah,
there.
Yeah. Just.
Ja, op zich ook geen slechte call. Ik denk als je er eentje kan elimineren dat dat wel beter is. Want,
The Schrobkes
Ja,
looking
zeker
at damage
normal,
control
maar misschien
options
peel.
here.
Ja, hij killt wel echt hard hier. Maar ik denk peel.
Yeah, it's
Ik denk dat dat oké is.
it's pretty wide open, but yeah, you don't. You never want to leave if you're only lying. If you only have one rock, that's kind of in a scoring position, and the other team has 2 or 3. That's always a bit tricky for sure.
Zeg maar wel een klein beetje minder. Nee, af. Yep.
Lots of stones moving here, and pretty nice setup here for the Dutch Schrobkes with 2 stones in the forefoot,
Dat is ook
a
best
guard
goed.
and a stone behind T-line. So maybe a bit lucky, but I think they're super happy with the outcome here. Yeah, there is a double, of course, but then again, there's still some nice space in
Yeah. So
between.
the idea. No, I'll do the other way.
Yeah, the back red was
Yeah,
never
so
going to
the
go
idea is
very
to send
far, and
this
the
there
top
and go
red
over the
was
top.
liable to roll a
Yeah.
little.
So
So yeah, now.
not out of the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you need a lot to go. No, definitely not more. No, it's
I wouldn't mind trying the
Yeah.
double. I mean,
To
the worst
really
case is
want-
you only get 1, and you allow the
A little more
Schrobkes
than half a
to
stone.
score 1. But the bonus is if you manage to do the double, you can score 3 maybe, depending on the angle.
Yeah, like I said, potentially the 3 is even there. If you hit the top red on
double's
the
there for
left as we're
3.
looking
It's
at
not
it,
easy.
it'll shoot away to the
idea is
right.
to hit
The
it
middle one will shoot away
a
to the
little
left.
more than half a stone on the high side.
Might.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right of center. Then, yeah. So
But
this
again,
would be normal.
It could be first shot of the matches. He manages to get this double take out here.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I think this is already over curling. So is there a plan B? It's not over curling, it's white.
Yeah, it's wide.
There is a steal of 1 here for
Yeah.
curling club Tilburg. The Dutch
Yeah.
Schrobkes was worth the effort, but just
No, but it
did
needed
not
2 stones to
curl
move,
enough.
so.
Scores here.
I think so.
Oh.
So yeah, first end concludes. There's always this bit of a team wrap up, kind of narrating what went wrong, what's okay, but also I think most important is bringing all the information of the ice conditions together. That's the kind of main goal, I guess, in the beginning of the game, building up the information of the sheets as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, what's often overlooked in a lot of teams is that it's not just a skip looking at the line, right? I mean, you know, especially in the top teams, the sweepers are also so important in mapping the ice and seeing, you know, which bits are kind of slowing up throughout the game, which ones might break a little bit more, and then conveying that back to the back end.
Lijkt langzaam.
Yeah, I might not always see that at this level, but yeah, what a lot of people don't understand, it's the sweepers are not just a bit of muscle, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you are a 4-player team, which means there are 4 pairs of eyes and 4 brains to store the information and to observe the conditions.
Okay. Starting back with 1 in the house. That's pretty defensive, but
yeah, indeed. Because that's not the way you try and score or steal, basically. But yeah, maybe a bit just deep could have been.
But then, you know, I mean, Bart's got enough experience. Maybe he's also looking at a little bit about who's playing the next shot, right? I mean, our lead player from Luxembourg has been a little bit heavy on his in the first end. Sometimes also a way to make the other team a little bit nervous,
Line's
right?
fine.
Yeah.
Let's let it work.
Yeah, just
I like it to
opting
stop short of
for
the house.
corner guard, but again, a little bit
it's
heavy,
over curling.
I think. Should have swept that for line.
Yeah, this line, yeah. Now it's in anyway, it's great.
It was going to be in anyway.
Sorry, it curled.
Yeah, so like you said, if you know the other team can make a couple of mistakes, especially on their front end, sometimes it pays off to just play, put on the pressure, immediately claim the pin, and then have the other team try and fix the situation and force them to make a couple of mistakes. Make them nervous.
Lijn iets, krap! Oké, hij moet 3, hè? Oké, over en af, hij overkrult, denk ik. Gewoon af. Gewoon af.
Yeah, that's the thing on that side there. I mean, it's tricky to get a rock to curl behind a guard coming from that left side as we're looking at it right now, but on a guard sometimes, you know, which is lower, it does tend to over curl a bit, and then if you got a player that doesn't throw all that much rotation, then
I think it's too
you
close to
might
the
end
guard
up
to
with
hit,
what
and
we're
we don't
seeing
need
right
this
now.
out. We don't need to kill this at all. So the idea is just backline weights, maybe even less. Less is okay. Yes! Yep! 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 Keep going, you got it. Well, no, you don't got it, but Roll the yellow, roll the yellow, roll the yellow, roll the yellow.
He didn't have that one to start with out of his hand. I mean,
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm gonna replace
But
that one because
you don't want to leave it on the. Oh, okay.
It's the no tick rule that is in effect here.
Like here?
There's of course obviously
Was
the
it
free guard
higher?
zone as well.
I think it was touched closer to the middle line, but anyway.
Yeah, it was indeed, it was not touching the center line. That's
No,
true.
it wasn't touching, but it was a little bit closer than that, I thought. But anyway.
Lijn is goed. Twee is mooi. Yep, 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 yep. Oké, over, oh. Okay. Dat is oké. Ja, ze curlen echt hard. Het is gewoon van dat lijntje af.
Couple of staggered guard there, so
Yeah, the way they are angled doesn't really make the straightforward run back possible. But then I think with the amount of curl
Yeah, like
over on the left
so I
hand
want to get
side,
these both.
you can still reach the shot stone
Half
if
a
needed.
stone.
yeah,
No,
indeed, he needs to
half a
start thinking
stone
about
here.
clearing, or I mean, he could still use one and try and get on the pin.
Yep.
But then he'll just be playing for one, right? So.
No.
That trail leg flew up high there.
We need to hit it thicker.
Yes, you do. Oh,
Ouch.
I thought he was going to get lucky, skim by it, and get the one on the,
Yeah, that was
the
also
forefoot.
possible.
Kort is
Just-
oké.
Well, we are looking at this B sheet. There are also two other matches going on. On the A sheet, we have Smerig Losken. They were able to promote to League B for the first time. The team from Ghent,
Lijn is oké.
playing against the other Luxembourg
Okay.
team, the Luxembourg
Hard
ladies.
dan.
And on the C sheet, we have Steengoed back in A.
Oké. Over en af is
facing-
oké.
Viry Chatillon from the Paris region.
Over en af. Oké. Ja. Ja, meer center guards, meer beter. Oké.
That's a lot shorter than what was called for, but yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles, eh?
Yep. Still brings some value to the Schrobkes. It's an extra guard Luxembourg needs to take care of if they want to keep the middle open. And they have, of course, that one stone
Yep.
sitting in the house on the center
Oh,
line.
that's tight.
Yep.
Yep. Going the other way.
Yeah, whatever they play now, you do want to be just a touch behind those guards, so there is no run back possibility. So we'll see what Wouter can pull out of his sleeve, hat, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hij is oké. Haartje wijd. Waar? Het liefst 12, hè? Je hebt dan. Hard. Hard.
Coming up short again.
Oké, all the way. Oké.
That's exactly what you did not want. They should have stopped sweeping that sooner. Okay, he's still looking at cleaning. Clearing, beg your pardon. He's going like, what's happening? But he,
Yeah, just
he
backwards.
really let it go off to the side. So
Not even that one.
no
Yeah.
surprise that
All right.
never hit the line.
Yeah, Luxembourg struggling a bit with clearing those center guards.
Ik denk gewoon nog steeds dit.
Always easier sitting here looking at it, but I kind of beg to differ because again on that right-hand guard, you got a straight run back onto the one on the button.
Tien. Oké, het liefst 4. Yep, yep. Yep, line. Hard line. Yep.
Probably going to bump that bottom one, which could turn out
Kom,
okay.
Linde. Veeg hem door.
Yeah.
Yeah, promotion.
Oh, not too far.
Niet te ver door. Ah, nee.
Yeah, yikes.
This leaves. This is an invite for a double takeout right now, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think Rick is looking at angles.
Yeah, of course he's gonna spill his shooter.
Yep, that's true. Luckily they have that one stone kind of
Just a little, well,
sitting on the edge
Okay.
of the house all
you
game.
got to get pretty close to the guard to get the angle right. So
Only disadvantages. You still remain those two center guards, so there will be an option for Schrobkes to come in
Okay,
behind
so-
it afterwards.
well, all right. Again, getting the guards not bad.
With the broom where he's got it, he's just looking to get rid of that one and roll for second shot.
No.
Yeah, or he's kind of anticipating on Philippe being a bit outside, or the ice being very straight on that side. I mean, the tolerance level, as he said, was doesn't matter if he hits
Hopefully we get
the
one.
guards.
No, we're not going to get one. Okay.
Kind of want to not flash this type of stone. And
Yeah, you-
makes
you
it
give that a
easier
shove.
for
He
the
shoved it up.
Schrobkes this
Dus
way.
ik heb liever dat hij hier wijd blijft liggen. Geef maar voor de zekerheid ietsje meer. Ja, maar zeg maar als ik hier lig is het ook oké, hè? Dan moet zijn poortje door het poortje heen, dat is best wel lastig op dit paardje.
Yeah, indeed, you can draw behind and be top 4,
Oké,
or you can just
nou 3 ongeveer.
draw behind the guards, put it in
ja,
front of the
als
guards.
je hem
Yeah, plenty of
half
options
covert,
for
is het al heel goed.
our friends from Tilburg here.
Yeah, I think anywhere on that draw
ga
line
dan
is a
heel
stone that
langzaam
will
gooien.
be valuable for the Schrobkes.
Goed, 1, 2 is ook oké. Right.
Martin negating this one is wide. Needs a bit of curl, and will it curl enough on this side of the sheet? It's known to be a bit straight. Starting to curl,
Nog maar.
coming in.
Push hem,
It's like a
push
very
hem.
nice stone.
Curl, curl, curl.
Yeah, we have no. Yeah, not. Well,
I would have given you that.
it's not negligible. I mean, I was taking here for LSD, and that's LSD's not enough ice for that guard there. I was taking here for LSD, and that's not enough ice to get by the guard. So. Just a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, draw is there. It's all about line, for sure.
Yeah. Was that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. This, I mean, the LSD moved, so.
And a quick peek over on sheet C, where Viri is leading 2-0 over Steengoed.
Yeah, we had a blank there in the first, and Viri taking 2 in the second, and looks like they're in a pretty not so great position right now. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't the line.
No. On the bright side, the draw opens up a bit there on the left side, so Bart is looking at putting a guard there.
Yeah, where he's got his broom, it just blocks everything. And then
You look at the house at this point. A lot of pressure from the Schrobkes here with 3 stones scoring position, and if they are able to close up that gap, then it becomes extremely hard for Luxembourg to even do some damage control.
yeah. Yeah, they'd probably still be able to catch a very small piece of the forefoot with a draw, but that will be, drawing to only give up 1 then.
Yeah. Or there's the crazy trying to get that right yellow corner guard and try to push that in, but that's a very hard one to do. But sometimes with your last stone, you don't have that many options, and you have to settle for a very difficult stone.
Technical term, Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It's gonna over curl if they're not careful.
Hopefully, maybe they can find a little tap to spin it back.
Get it by. Good.
Or
Fits
decent
that in
draws.
there.
Could work as well, but
Yeah.
the gap is still
Really
there.
only need here, right? So.
Not easy, but if they can touch the forefoot,
but.
if they can fully put it in the forefoot, that should put them in.
So let's take a little more.
But that is
Yeah.
a difficult
Look
force to one.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
just-
though,
yeah, forefoot.
Yeah,
So
definitely
let's
didn't want to
wait.
leave a gap this big.
Yeah.
Forcing them to draw on the other side would have been a lot more difficult, and almost a certain one for Tilburg, if not more.
Yep.
So we'll see. I mean, and that's also the thing, right? Now we're basically giving the other team exactly the same shot that they just played, so they should be able to get this right.
Yeah. They should, but then it all comes down to execution.
Oh, that's short and curly.
Yes.
No?
It overcurls. I think it's hitting
Yeah,
a couple of those
yeah.
center guards there.
Bye. Should have kind of swept that straight off out of his
maybe
hand.
a bit of luck. With a bit of luck, and can they get it? Oh, it is second shot, but I think they are super
Sorry.
happy with this type of damage control.
Yeah.
Obviously, lucky damage control, but Schrobkes stealing 1 here, but it looked a whole lot worse a couple of seconds ago. And I think Luxembourg, they are still in the race. They were able to dodge the bullet here on this end.
Yeah. I'm thinking, most of the players out there would have been hard pressed to play it like this, but it sure turned out okay for them.
Yeah.
Are we calling that a Walter on the show?
We haven't introduced the term Walter, but would this be a Walter?
Yeah, well, his are usually with harder shots and them rolling into a position you thought was impossible. But I guess we could apply it to the softer bumps as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I wonder, now that I was looking at Dagmar being a lefty, if you kind of calculated in where to put the broom with a left-handed player versus right-handed player. But the stone is never starting from the center line. It's always starting from a slightly different position.
No. In competitive skips, we'll definitely know how to adjust for that, because it's not, you know, the fact that you're coming from, what is it, roughly 20 centimeters over. It makes a change in not just the line, but where it starts to break and all that kind of stuff. So you definitely have to allow for that. I think there was one point in time when Mark Kennedy still played with Kevin Cooley, I think, where they all tried to be as close to the middle as possible and release it more or less on the same line. But obviously, not possible until we move to a single hack, which some people have been talking about and pushing for God knows how many years.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Wouldn't that be an obvious evolution to go to a single hack? You basically only need one, right? Or is it just a bit of legacy in the game to have to?
Yeah, it is a legacy thing, and I'm not sure if that's correct, but I think it came from the fact that when they were playing from a stationary position and playing with backswing, that you needed to offset them a little bit. I think that's where it comes from. But yeah, I think there's a very good argument to be made that
3 is mooi, hè? 3 is goed.
In the way the game is played currently, that you could get away with one hack.
Heel fout curlen. Wouter. Als je kan.
Make the ice maker's job just a fraction easier as well.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
And the chances of hitting a hack with some heavy weights reduces about 50%.
As well.
We have removable hacks now after the winter break here in Zemst. Haven't seen a lot of teams actually remove the hacks during play, but they are removable. It's better for the ice makers to just scrape the hack side there.
Yeah, I don't think we want the players to kind of take them out. It's just that when you're doing ice maintenance, it's you get a little bit more room of movement, and you supposedly lose a little bit less time when you have to go around the hacks, and especially here at Zemst, where the away end, the space behind the hacks is actually a little bit shorter than it is on the home end. So it does make making that turn a little bit easier and stuff. I kind of just hacked them in over the Christmas break, so we still need another. I mean, the flood coming up on Tuesday will make them nice the way they are, because actually where Linda, I think.
That's Linda already, yeah.
Yeah, so where she's actually playing from now, there's the hack is just a touch too high for us to run over it with the scraper there.
Okay.
But that'll be fixed in a couple of days, so.
Okay.
And then it's just a question of getting some good plugs so you don't get ice in the holes when you are doing the maintenance. Obviously not good at multitasking, because I was a little bit behind with my my rock indicators there, but
that's something it's easily to be underestimated, like how many things we need to do. It's not like we can sit back, drink some coffee, watch some curling and express our opinions. We do that, but on top of that we have to manage all these buttons and things.
Yeah, it's definitely a job for an octopus, right?
Yeah. There is no separate production crew that is doing let's say the production work.
If the viewers could see the amount of buttons and keyboards that you guys have,
yeah,
takes a bit of experience for sure.
Yeah, we had Team Vreken doing a surprise cast of one of the senior challenges games, and I must say I was impressed with the way they were able to handle all of the controls in the booth. Not always as easy to operate the joystick.
Yeah. It is.
Elf.
We have Mats and Gerben in chat watching of the game. It's always nice if the people are watching or chatting along. That's one of the things we try to establish, is having this kind of interaction with the audience.
Yeah, good day, guys, and sorry you have to listen to boring old me, but John couldn't make it, so...
Hard.
Probably gonna roll the other side, but that's not bad either if it stays touching the rings.
Think it had a little bit of a Swedish girl biting the house? No. Always hard to see it.
Valt gewoon weg. Ja, misschien wel. Ik denk... ik dacht, oké.
Let's try this again.
Famous last words.
Still bored.
But he's right. I mean, you get a good roll there just behind that the red rock that was just played out. It's not a terrible position to be in. Keeps the middle fairly open.
Ooh, it looks heavy. That's way heavy.
The weight, I don't think this is coming in time to be able to...
He put it out, and that's... Look how hard it's going to... Leave it. Yeah, I was wanting him to see how hard it hits the board. Yeah.
Yeah, that was normal for sure. That was way heavier than board.
Ik denk dit. We kunnen op zich ook erachter gaan.
Yeah. The stage at the end, never a bad idea to get there first, eh?
Yeah.
3, 2.
Yeah, I can imagine if you're done Schrobkes and you kind of noticed how Luxembourg struggles a bit with clearing those guards, the previous end, also this end. You factored in your strategy at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you often hear about
Lijn is mooi.
playing the scoreboard, but especially at this level, you need to sometimes play the opponent as well. And you know, we're in the third end, so you know what they're capable of and where they tend to miss. And again, a skip with Bart's experience, he won't take like 5 hours to figure that out. Yeah.
Dat was een beetje.
Okay, so this...
Not like Luxembourg isn't getting opportunities, right? Again, a couple of rocks that are just ending up in the less than ideal position.
Yeah,
so
I
again,
think a couple of minor mistakes from the Schrobkes are not being punished so far.
Because again, double is there.
I have a bit of a deja vu feeling with this one.
Room is here. Yeah.
Philippe kind of figuring out, okay, where am I making a mistake? Is it the sliding? Is it, am I pushing it out? It's important to know sometimes.
Yes, as my mentor coach Bill Shearhart is fond of saying, I mean, you can have $1 million slide, but if you have a 2-cent release, you have a 2-cent delivery, right?
Yeah.
Hij is oké. Zie dieper dan 12. Oké.
And you know, it's something that comes into play at the highest level. I mean, if people would come and watch some of the Team Verreken team trainings, you know, even for a good team like this, the amount of time that we still spend on sliding on the broom and releasing it properly, it's not negligible. There's a reason why people are saying that, you know, sliding on the broom and then properly releasing, it's just the most fundamental skill in curling.
Yeah, it's easy to learn, hard to master. During the initiations, people can do kind of a more or less first version of a sliding over the course of 2 hours, but then fine-tuning that to a precision sliding, that's where it takes hours and hours of practice. Apparently you need 10,000 hours of practice to become good at something. And that sure is the case for curling.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, and you saw that where Rick on the previous shot trying to indicate to his players where the broom was, where it ended up. Yeah. You really can't afford to be at the point of the release being
Ja, ik
3,
denk dit,
4,
als ik
5
dit doe, is
centimeters
het ook
off. So
oké.
it's not just curling. I mean,
Hierheen.
maybe
Ik denk dat
John
we
has
daar
talked about
weinig
this in
aan
previous
hebben,
episodes, but you
inderdaad.
have similar
Ik denk
in
dat
golf,
je
right?
wil
I mean,
of
you
het
start playing
voorzone
golf, you're on the
kleiner
driving
maken of
range, you got a
garden.
bucket of balls, the wide open
Op zich
spaces,
is het
and
garden nog
after a
steeds
while you
niet
think,
een
oh,
slechte
6 or
optie.
7 balls out of 10 are going fairly
Ik
okay.
denk
And you think,
namelijk
hey,
dat
I'm
best
good at
lastig
this.
is om hier
And
tussendoor
then you
te
get
komen
out
met
to
een
the
groot
actual
goal.
course that every single ball has to be spot on.
Maar
And
ja,
you
dat
go
zou
like,
dit
yikes,
op
this
zich
is
ook
harder than I
geen
thought.
slechte
Ja, ja.
als je dit vervolgens hebt. Oké, ik denk gewoon top 4. Doe maar best wel wijd. Dan kan je met, doe maar edge af. Ja.
Yeah, even if he just blocks that up, it won't be terrible, right?
Ja, top 4. Weet je, als die kort is het nog steeds oké.
There
Als
you
hij
go.
overcurled is het
Glad
niet
he
een
agrees.
ramp, dan moeten we gewoon de goede split rollen. Ik denk dat hij wel genoeg curlt, kijkende naar hoe hij hier ging, maar als hij open blijft liggen, nou, dat is dan. We hebben max 2, dus.
Game on sheet C is pretty well paced. They're already in the second half of the fourth end there. Of course, they blanked the
Goed
first end,
wijd.
assuming a couple of takeouts there. But Staying Goed is, with Dirk, known to keep kind of a pace in the game.
Yeah, and that game is being timed as well, of course, right? So it always helps to keep the players on their toes if they're playing with a time clock. There you go.
Now the question is, how many center guards is enough? I mean,
Ja, maar hij ligt forward shot.
Outcount that. I don't think that's enough. Their 7 is now cutting the hole.
To be honest, I
yeah,
actually like that one. I mean, it would have
I mean, think
been
about my shot in the
even
first
nicer if it would have
We
touched
thought
the
we were
rings,
taking
which
more
it
ice to
may
take
still
it out
do
of
if you look
play, and
overhead,
then
but
still overcurled,
I
so.
actually like that a little bit more than doing the forefoot, because if you would have left that open, then Luxembourg could have had a hit and roll, right, to be on the button, and now they can still get past, but I've seen them struggle a little bit with their draws, so
Yep.
We'll see what gives here.
And the good thing coming in from this side is if you're slightly
Yeah,
wide,
to
there's
the
this
port.
off chance to tap off your yellow and
Yeah.
roll inside again.
Looks like he set that out a bit. And he's getting into an area where there's not been a lot of play.
Yes. Yep.
So that will definitely slow down on him.
And this doesn't really help him.
Yeah.
Deep enough to kind of take out a couple of
Second
those
shot.
biters, red biters out of a
Second shot.
scoring position. Second shots. Then again,
Yeah.
the gap is there to
I
come
guess
in.
his was the same, I suppose, but
Oké. Nou, kijken of het nu wel lukt. Ja, we hebben iets minder ijs.
Loosely
Misschien
translated,
dat hij
what
nu
Bart
wel
is
het
saying,
lijntje net
same
wel of
player
net
shoots
niet heeft,
again.
weet niet
Yep.
zeker. Lengte was net zo.
It's basically
gewoon
just trying the same thing.
op zich, als
Aiming
die
for the
back hier
forefoot
ligt,
and
niet een ramp.
trying to bury that just a little bit behind the guards, and then
It's always nice if you can throw the same stones twice in a row, just kind of making some minor adjustments to the previous one.
Blijf erbij!
they need to sweep for line.
Yeah, it's just hitting the red one already.
Yeah, but definitely blocking the path.
That's true. Like so, all closed up here. I think
Ja, dit is
Luxembourg they have a chance
echt
to
zo'n stom
tap in
paardje.
another Yellowstone.
Of is het Die zit of net buiten het lijntje en dan blijft hij
Draw
recht, of
is
die
of
zit
course
op het
possible,
lijntje
but
en
it's
dan
still a
staat hij
bit
erop.
of an awkward gap to come in there and
Ah, goed, we liggen
avoid your corner
Dus,
red
ja.
yellow guard and still squeeze in. But then again, I think full 8 foot should be sufficient.
You think?
Ja, maar ja.
And you're right. You would have that yellow just outside the house
klopt.
to
Ja,
tap
je zou
in, but
op
then
Misschien dat je dit
Have a
moet
pretty
gooien,
wide
hij
angle in
zit
terms
gooien
of
voor
tolerance, but then
Yeah.
again, if you miss it,
dat je
it's
dan nog
another
dat die
steal.
blaadje dan
But that
later
also
pakt
goes
en
for
dat
the
hij dan-
draw. If you miss the draw, that's the same story basically. Guess
Goed.
he's more comfortable with
Dit waait.
drawing here.
Has to curl, has to curl. We're on the yellow. Yeah.
curl at
Raise the
time.
yellow, yeah. Yeah.
Good plan B here.
Go.
That's,
Ah. All right.
that's the second
Yeah,
time he's
what-
been like wide by 2 rocks
Yeah.
versus the line that he wanted to play. So
Wait, was
he
good,
was
I think.
lucky.
struggling a bit there.
Previous end he was a bit lucky, but here it was just
but-
not hard enough to
But
get it
in
in.
the end, I think not.
So another steal here. No big steals for the Schrobkes, but at some point they start to add up, of course.
Yeah.
Schrobkes having a 3-point lead. I also have a feeling that they're basically the better team so far. So it's not like they are not deserving the point lead here.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. I mean, again, if you're comparing to the top level or even some of the teams here in Division A, you know, playing with 3 can be an advantage, but you need to have pretty solid sweepers that can basically, you know, manage and hold the rock
Yep.
with just 1 sweeper.
Nice, okay.
You also never have a
Okay,
partner
move
to
here.
double check your estimate. If you
Okay,
feel like
3
this is
is
heavy,
okay.
is this light, you have to decide it on your own as a single
Is hij er
sweeper.
nog voor? Ja. Hij komt er wel in, hè? Oké, ga maar in. Yep. Top 4. Laat stukje.
Ja.
Bent er bijna. Ah. Mooi bal.
Viry staying good. They are already into the half game break. Unfortunately, they didn't put the score up on the board, so we'll have to wait a little bit while longer to see who got that 4th end there.
The line should be fine. Let's keep it. Well, yeah, we're definitely not in. Oh, I guess we are in. We're gonna
That
be in.
reminds me of that that little instructional video by Jamie Sinclair about calling the depth, and she and she had like one of the bloopers at the end. She went like, you know, it's a 4. Oh no, it's a 5. It's a 7. It's an 8. Oh, it's through the house. But I mean, it sounds funny, but
Yep.
yeah, as a sweeper, you do need to, both in practice and in games, just be fearless and call it out. And are you going to be wrong? Yeah, you're going to be wrong, especially in the beginning. But the more you do it, the more experience you get, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if
sorry.
you're wrong,
Okay.
it's just an estimate, but it really helps the skip to have this
10-9.
first impression to know, am I still going
10-9.
for plan A or should I start to overlook a secondary option
9.
here?
Plan
9,
B or C
10-9.
Yeah.
or D.
Daniel already kind of waving this goodbye. Gave up on that.
Well,
Yeah, when it's not your day, it ain't your day, right?
Nope.
We've all been there.
very nice, but yeah, a little deeper.
Yeah, you have
little deeper.
couple of those days where everything
Very
works,
nice.
and then you're
Nice
super
stuff.
confident. Like, see, this is proof that I'm actually a good curler. This is and you start to automatically assume this is your normal level, and you should always play like that. But then a couple of days later, reality hits you in the face, and you have one of those days again.
The only good thing is the more you practice and the higher level you get, those good and bad ones, they're not that far apart anymore, right?
No, that's true.
Still, still doesn't make you all too happy if you got a bad one, but at
Lijn is
least
ietsje wijd. Wow. Dagmar. Push hem zo ver als je kan. Ja, laatste stukje. Oké, hou maar. Prima. Goed geveegd.
It's basically a tap. We don't need to kill this.
Okay.
So, like back line.
Okay.
Daniel agrees with this call here, confirming he is okay.
Yep. Okay, whoa. Line's looking great.
yeah.
It is actually a good
perfect.
shot here from Daniel.
Yep. Nice way.
Yeah, you should have made that dismissive move after his previous one a bit sooner. Maybe it would have put him in the right mood. Yeah, and actually with two sweepers, you would have swept that for a curl a little bit. It would have even, crept behind the guard. So, yeah, good one.
Het liefst gooi je naar binnen toe.
Because that's the thing, right? I mean, it's never just the thrower.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Sweepers can contribute a lot. Which is why we have Broomgate number 2 in curling right now.
Yeah, I was wondering. There's something about the foam 2.0, but I didn't really catch the full story about that. It's also maybe competition between Balance Plus Gold Line, something like that, or am I misreading the story there?
Whoa.
Yeah, the way I remember, so obviously in 2016 they had this huge sweeping summit, which was mainly centered around the fabric, and that's why we're now with Oxford 500, whatever it is, the yellow stuff, which is the same across all of the brooms. And there were some specifications there for the hardness of the foam of the brooms themselves, because obviously the harder it is, the more you can influence the pebble, the ice. And it seems like there's been some. So there's obviously a company appointed by the World Curling to do those tests on a regular basis when the manufacturers bring out new products. And the company that was initially doing the test, I think they went bust. It got handed over to to another company, and then maybe their measurement system was a little bit different. Anyway, it comes up that they're now sweeping with stuff that's
don't want to be buried
within the rules, but still harder than it was before, and yeah, and it seems like the Balance Plus one is has now got a black foam, which is harder than the other ones, and Gold Lines is also a little bit tougher than Hardline, I guess. So yeah, we're back to what is perceived by some to be an unfair advantage, because there's a Grand Slam of curling going on actually this weekend, concluding today.
Yeah.
And the players had a summit before, and I think all but 2 teams kind of signed an agreement that they were going to go back to some previous materials just to make sure nobody had an unfair advantage. So yeah, a bit of controversy again in the curling world, but hopefully World Curling together with Curling Canada will get some tests done pretty quickly and get it all sorted out, because It's also important for the manufacturers, right? Because what they have to submit for testing and all that, by the time it gets approved, it's a pretty long timeline. So to get the brooms and the stuff approved for the Olympics, the timeline is getting pretty tight.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, and in sports, it's also always a bit of the story. Manufacturers, they try to innovate, bring something new to the sport, of course, within the set of rules that are set by the federations. But yeah, whereas the line between innovating and creating new stuff versus creating an unfair advantage or no more level playing field.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, and they just want to innovate to be able to push their products more, which is normal, I guess. But
yes. Yeah. Gotta hold the angle.
It's gone.
That's not heavy, but we need to stay on that side. So the line was crucial.
Control.
I think we're down to the second stone for Wouter here.
Yeah, with my long and boring explanation about broom foam, I kind of was running behind again.
And, a question, maybe one for you, Gary, to answer from Chris Miles' question is, how long does it take to melt the ice and to redo it so it's ready to curl it again? So as an ice technician, Gary, you can answer that one.
Yeah, so actually we don't do melts over here. I know clubs that do. So they turn off the ice plant overnight and they know how long they need to keep it off, and then basically the top kind of the top layer kind of melts, and then they can start working again as it is a new pad. When we have issues or prior to a main competition, we actually do a flood. And yeah, depending on how much throughput you have, what the flow rate is on what comes out of your flooding pipe, basically. It can take anywhere between
it's really good.
35-40 minutes and an hour to actually lay the flood. And then it freezes overnight. So the next morning you have a flooded pad that you can start scraping, pebbling again to get another completely fully flat ice surface to work from. So if that was a question, happy to answer. If you're just talking about the normal maintenance prior to a game, yeah, that's a bit different. Doesn't take so long, so I'm not sure. You can put in the chat, Chris. You're talking about just getting it ready for a game or really flooding.
Well, that was the answer. We also noticed on the sheet there was a very, very good hit and roll here from Philippe, putting that Yellowstone right there behind the guards on the pin, and that was exactly the kind of break Luxembourg was looking for to get back into the game and at least score some points from their hammer here. You don't want to have those that zero off the scoreboards if you have to enter your foreign break, I guess.
Yeah, so the first time the Schrobkes and Bart are being challenged, being asked a question, as they say, so we'll see if they have an answer to that one. I mean, it is still doable to hit the button or kind of crawl behind. Yeah, sweeping for curl, because it's still a bit wide. Curl now. Sweep for curl. Hard.
It is shot, so it is something Luxembourg will have to deal with, of course. They cannot just leave it there.
Yeah, lengthwise, super nice shot.
He was a little wider, wasn't he?
Unfortunately, still.
I thought he was wider.
Still showing, so.
That's the swingier turn, so.
With this kind of setup, you always have to answer two questions. First, how can I get rid of the redstone? The second, where do I want to leave my Yellowstone after this? Because you know the Schrobkes, it's behind the D line, so it could be usable if it's not in a super good position.
Like a freeze, but a tiny little tap. We only have to move the red back like 2 centimeters to be line 2. But we want to be on top of it.
That's awfully precise.
Yep.
No, we're drawing. No, we're just going to like a freeze.
And then, like,
we want to tap it 3 centimeters.
I mean, there's times when I wouldn't dare make that as a statement like it needs to be only 2 centimeters, but
Yeah, I think first priority is make sure the redstone is not shot anymore after this
for
one,
line.
because if it's too light,
Needs it
then
for line.
Schrobkes will just guard it, and then you have a bit of a trouble.
Curling a ton. Curling a ton.
right.
Yep.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
This is nice.
Yeah, very nice shot.
And there's a 2 centimeter tap. It was
Nice read.
precise in the description and precise in
read.
the execution. So they are setting 2 right now, as Daniel was taking credit for the hard sweeping, of course. That's all.
I didn't think it would. It was.
Yeah, and I'd call that 15 centimeters,
ja,
but you
precies hetzelfde,
know,
gewoon
potato,
op de
potato, right? it was a very nice shot indeed.
Je hoeft niet per se te tappen. Zich als die
So
freeze,
now,
dan is
if
dat-
Bart locks it on top, just bumps it a touch, they can still be shot, I think.
Yeah, important last stone here for Bart. At least he wants to make sure Luxembourg is not able to do the exact same stone and score 3. Otherwise, the score advantage would be neutralized.
It's a curl. Yeah,
This is a good stone from Bart.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, very nice. Yeah, essentially keeping Luxembourg to 1, right?
I think maybe 2. I'm not sure if that
The back
redstone.
one. Yeah, that back one is.
Oh, the back one is. Well, the back one is slightly out of the 4 foot, whereas the 2 yellow stones are fully in the 4 foot, and then the front one.
Yeah, so that might be 2.
Mogelijk 3, als je hem perfect draait. Maar
It'd be. I mean, like. We only need to draw it to like here. We just need to. Why not? Why not?
Yeah. Just
So we
draw
definitely
it
need more
perfectly.
ice than
that's,
last time.
Yeah.
Was it?
That's true. It's
Problem
Okay.
is if you touch the red one.
Yeah. I mean, actually, like we
You're-
don't even have to come close to the button. Like all the way out here, it's still is 3.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
yeah.
If you
okay,
nudge
yeah.
the red one, you might only end up with 1.
Yeah.
So it depends on how much you're feeling it, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
the
I
angle
hope
doesn't look good, but they
with
did
draw
it.
weight,
So
if you hit the red one, it will not hit it
I
super,
guess,
super
yeah.
hard.
we just have to
Just
just
tap
get
it on
by
the
the
side.
guard.
We'll
So
have to wait and see.
it's just like all we need to do is get full 4, but yeah, our yellow guard is the issue. I would take a little more ice if it wasn't for that guard.
They already have
But
the 2
anyway.
points, and maybe 3.
I don't think I can hurt us if
Oh,
I
the
give it
suspense
T-line
is
weight.
killing me.
Steengoed already finished their 5-minute break and almost finished their 5th end.
Wide to curl a lot.
Yeah, this is way too wide.
Yeah, we're
It's just
yeah.
too.
yeah.
nothing
It was a small window.
to do with this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they considering measuring? Nope. I think they will accept the 2. So
But yeah,
3-2 point advantage for the Schrobkes, but a nice way for Lëtzebuerg to get some efficiency on their hammer. And the first time, Schrobkes will be starting off with the hammer in this game here. Don't think they will take a big break. Although
Yeah, they are coming in.
they are coming in. So as they are coming in, we can have a quick pop at the booth, kind of narrate the story of the game. To wait till Gary is finished hydrating his. All right. So halfway through this game, Luxembourg against the Netherlands, Tilburg against Luxembourg. It's also the capital, and then Schrobkes against Lëtzebuerg. What's kind of your way to your perspective on the game, basically?
Yeah, I think Luxembourg started a little bit tentatively. Tilburg definitely in control the first 3 ends. I think it's a little bit, from their point of view, a little bit unfortunate that they had to give up a 2. Still in the lead, obviously. So and with Hammer starting off after the break. So yeah, I'm still not too worried about the predictions, and I'm still seeing Schrobkes win this one. But obviously that 2 tightens it up a little bit more for sure.
Yeah, it's good for the tension of the game. Imagine if it was another steal, then 4-0 would have been a different story. 3-2, it's still manageable, still doable for Lëtzebuerg. I mean, it means Dutch Schrobkes, they still have to focus and bring their best play to bring the victory home or take it home to Tilburg. But I think, as you said, Tilburg, they have shown they have the stronger team. To me, especially on the front end side, they kind of make the difference. Even if they're not 100% perfect, they still manage to pile up a couple of stones and putting pressure on Luxembourg. Luxembourg not always able to clear up things when they need to. Rick is an experienced player. He managed to save the team a couple of times, but I think in the end, the Schrobkes should be able to make the difference and win the game.
Yeah, for them it's a matter of being patient, right? Not being too greedy, just playing the game that they're playing, and then they should be able to bring home the win. But yeah, it's you never know. It's sports, so.
Yeah, that's true. You never know. I mean, one unfortunate end, and who knows? Lëtzebuerg having a couple of stones in the house, ending up scoring 3 or 4. Sometimes something you see in the B League or the C League, and even sometimes in the A League, where if you have one big bad end, the opponent manages to really punish you very, very hard for that, and then having to come back a lot of points in just 3 ends can be a bit too short. But we'll see how they come back from the break. Could be nice for Lëtzebuerg if they are able to immediately steal and tie up the game or take the point lead. But the Schrobkes will do everything to prevent that and just extend their point lead, I guess.
Yeah, and indeed, I mean, it's not like mixed doubles, right? Where you can often easily bounce back from a 3 or a 4-ender.
Yep.
So yeah, if that's the case in the 4-person game, that's obviously a bit more of a deciding factor. So yeah, indeed, they haven't taken their full allocation there, so all players back quite quickly.
Yep. And a little peek over on sheet C, where it's all tied there. 3 versus 3 in the game. Steengoed against Viri. So close game there so far.
And on sheet A, I see, I need my glasses. I think I see a 3-1 on the board, or a 3-2. So.
It's 3-2-1 from this angle. So also 3-3 amongst the Luxembourg ladies.
Mine's not great, so
the Golden Girls.
Let me see what I can do.
Losken from Ghent.
Yeah.
Nice, oké. Oké, het liefst 3. Oké, blijf nog heel wijd. Scheelt wel iets. Leelengte. Linde. Linde, iets.
I think for the people on the stream, might also be interesting to have a look at, because you're seeing the full length of the sheet, to kind of have a look at the amount of rotation that the players are putting on there. Tilburg, for example, there's a marked difference between some of the players, and that also doesn't make it all that easier for the skips, right? Because I mean, more rotation makes the rock travel further, curl a bit less. And then the second thing is to look for is the release point. I think Bart and also Linda, if I'm not mistaken, they're releasing it up to like a meter in front of the hog line. But then some players are letting it go a little bit sooner. Luxembourg also, Rick, he lets go quite early. So the moment you release the rock, it starts to curl basically.
Yep.
So even if you're, two players play exactly the same speed and start out on exactly the same line, you might have a completely different result. So all of that doesn't make it easier for the skips. I mean, curling teams, we often joke, what does the skip do? Well, he just stands there and then yell, but it can be mentally very draining for a skip if you're really trying to remember all the paths and what happened where, and then again, if your team has different release points and different rotations, how to, what kind of ice to ask for, it's not easy.
Yeah, it seems like they're just standing there, kind of staring into the blank, but they're just indeed, like you said, piling up all of that information, trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah, and on top also making, especially when you're talking takeouts, trying to make some split-second decisions, right? Takeouts is anywhere between 7 and 12 seconds, hog to hog. That's not a lot of time to kind of look at, what's it doing, what's it curling, where do I want it to hit the target rock? Do I go to plan B or C? Yeah. Skipping well is as much a skill and an art as anything.
Yep.
Whoa! Yep! Hard! Okay, rol ze beide.
Little bump.
Okay, niet slecht.
That'll work.
Mooie bal.
Yeah, I like that. Keeps the middle a bit more open. Makes use of those guards.
Hit and stick. This board's good.
I once heard Bill talking about a team that weren't all that great at hitting, but they really perfected
I'd rather
the
tip
small
the guard
bump,
than miss everything.
and he just kept on bumping everything in there and drove the other team crazy. So
Yeah.
if you can do that well, it's at this level it can be very effective tactic.
Sometimes we have discussions about the efficiency and
It'll be good.
the revenue from a corner guard setup. If you don't have the skill to kind of put up a very good corner guard, draw in behind it, then clearing the build-up of your opponent. If you can't kind of control
It blocks their
the
draw
full
path.
aspect of that, is a corner guard a good way to start a game instead of just trying to draw behind the center guard of your opponents.
No, so true. You have a lot of players trying to emulate, copy what they see on TV, but you're right. I mean, if you can't get the corner guard first in the right place, line-wise and depth, and then if you don't have the skill to put it correctly, your other rock correctly behind it, then you might as well not bother, right? Because it's going to be a stone, thrown away without any purpose. And I think for most of the teams here in the Belgian Curling League, even for some in the A still, that comment is definitely super valid. Yeah. I think for a lot of teams that do play the corner guard, I think it would pay for them to kind of keep track a little bit. A, am I putting it in the right position?
How much
and then
can you
two,
see of this stone?
what is it yielding me?
Okay.
It's like another topic that's been discussed recently is
All right.
when you have the option to blank, do you blank, or do you then take your one?
Yeah.
And again, I mean, it might not be super valid to some of the club curlers and you know, like the lower divisions of our BCL. But when you look at the top players, you see that after a blank, they don't all that often get a multiple, right?
Yeah, indeed.
So if it's on quote the right end for you to then keep hammer further down the match, you might as well take your one and then move on. Still struggling with weight there at times.
Killing me.
Yeah, and an honest opinion here. It's hard. I mean, if you miss a couple of stones on the front end, you feel like you're never in control. You always have to adapt to the stones that are given, or you have to adapt to the situation that your opponent is building up. So it's never your game. You're always chasing. You're always fixing things.
That's okay. I like
Yeah, absolutely.
hard.
I mean, you know, on so many teams, you have the new players starting out as a lead.
Okay.
But
I like back line of
I
zo.
think you've said it often enough on the stream here. I mean, even
Kijk, hij remt zo iets zachter dan die van hun.
and
maar-
you know, the higher level you go, the guards are so important. Yeah.
Yeah.
If your lead drops one in the house rather than a guard, I mean that can completely kill your end. Right?
Yeah, that's something. If you make one or two mistakes on the lead players, immediately at the start of the net you feel like, we're gonna miss our opportunity to score here. It's again damage control, or again adaptation, or again hoping for an opponent to make a mistake. But
Or only getting your one, whereas you're trying for a 2 or a 3. Yeah,
Let's try for this. If it hangs
really
a bit, we can be
changes the
there.
strategy of the skip to kind of consider what will be next. What do we want to get out of this end at this point?
Yeah, and that's also a conversation a lot of teams at the club level don't have, right? I mean, at the conclusion of an end, okay, well, what's our mini game plan for the next end? You know?
Curl it.
Even just basic stuff like, okay, do we want to score one, not give up 2, whatever.
Good shot.
I mean, even if it's pretty solid in the mind of the skip, it definitely helps if the other players on the team are on the same page. Know what you're trying to do.
Wow. Yeah.
This is on the heavy side here. If I read
Laat misschien
the
nog,
body language pretty well. Ouch. Oh, for a minute there I thought they would tap out their own stone. Not that that would matter that much.
I'm thinking this, just to make sure we should curl off the red. Yeah, I like a 2, honestly, because if we give them if I go too deep, it gives them a double.
You're darn tootin' there, Rick.
Yeah. All right, let's bring it in. No, the other way. Yeah.
I wonder if
a sneaky
Rick
thing.
has a red hat in case they would be playing with the red stones.
Squeezed by, but
Not the guard they were looking for. Their shot stone is still exposed, and no question.
Ja. Je wilt
Or
naar
the
rechts
Schrobkes.
rollen, want die rode ligt daar nog.
We have an extra guard
Vervelend.
to roll behind, basically. So,
yeah, another example is just how important the release is. I mean, on releasing it, he set it out by at least half a rock.
11.
Could have
Maar
been
dan de
lucky
andere
and skimp off the red one, but it just didn't. So yeah,
Ik denk dat wel een goede call.
the yellow fully
Kan ook nog
exposed
steeds hetzelfde
should
worden
not be
fout.
too much of an issue for Bart. And the question is, what does he roll to, right? Oh, there's somebody from the other
Buiten
sheet
Willem,
kind
nog
of
misschien
taking up
zo
some of the
voor.
real estate on.
yeah, I was wondering, hey, what's happening there? But one of the Ghent guys, current club
Yeah,
Ghent,
that's
with
okay.
their new outfits, they have a new club logo, all new jerseys.
It gets me sometimes the people playing on the outside sheets, right? I mean, there is a nice walk path off of the ice,
Yeah.
and then they still, walk in the middle of the ice, disturbing some of the other players potentially. So, a bit strange.
Oh no.
Ouch.
This could be a big miss here for the Schrobkes, because now Rick has an opportunity to retry that guard and go for the steal here. That was that one stone that
Okay,
could not
yeah.
be missed.
We get to try again, yeah.
That was something we mentioned, like the Schrobkes,
Yeah.
they are the better team,
Can
but
we
they
get
also
there,
make
though?
mistakes. The question is,
Yeah,
can
same way,
Luxembourg
but-
punish those mistakes?
So
Yeah.
I have a feeling like if it gets closer to center, it'll curl some. So a
Yeah,
little
they-
more.
They definitely weren't in
like
the first
now a
three
little
ends,
chip.
right? So let's see.
We're dying weight.
Those two red stones sitting in the back are also a bit annoying for the Schrobkes, because that means
same-
the takeout on yellow
same way.
needs a good angle, otherwise the jam's there.
Yeah, because if I come all the way
Uh,
into the
it
ring,
all
they
depends
get a
on-
double for 3. So
If he leaves a gap and then where he leaves it, right? I mean, there's still quite a bit of room to squeeze that yellow past those reds, but yeah, it depends on where you can hit it.
Yep.
still needs.
A bit of curl, needs to cross the center line.
Yeah. Yep. More.
Trying to find a good angle on the stone.
Okay, I'll take it.
That works. The gap
Right.
is pretty narrow. It might just barely fit a stone in between, but it's so hard.
Yeah, I think the gap is there, and it will probably hit that one on the outside enough to ski. But yeah, from this
It's not
angle,
easy.
it looks a lot tighter, right?
Yeah, I think that's what Bart is looking at. Like, how big is this gap?
Ja,
How
dan floot hij-
feasible is the
floot hij
shot?
weg.
Yeah, for sure the shooter is gonna roll, but
Ik denk tegen de steen, ijs. Misschien ze, ja.
His expression was pretty revealing. He
Hij
knows
kan, precies.
it could work, but this is going to be very, very
Gewoon
hard.
wel 11. Ja, niet wat het gebeurt.
But they will try it, and in case of a miss, it could tie up the game. Then there's also an off chance of running back one of the yellow guards on the yellow shot stone and doing that type of double takeout. But have to see.
Nee, Linde! Ah,
No, this is already over curling, hitting a yellow stone, and a steal of 1 for Luxembourg.
and it's all square.
It's all square, yeah. All of those Dutch steals in the first 3 ends are neutralized. And now the question is, what's doing this to the morale of the teams. Maybe this is kind of boosting the morale of Lëtzebuerg, kind of knowing, okay, we struggled, but we were able to set the record straight, erase our mistakes, and God knows, maybe the Schrobkes, they also make a couple of mistakes. Everything is possible at this point.
Yeah, it's that all-important momentum in sports, right? So.
Yeah.
No, not for line. No, no, no. Yeah, now sweeping it will make it travel off the line. Might just hold. Yep, perfect. That's the spot I pointed to.
Very good center guard here from Daniel, and this is exactly what Lëtzebuerg needs at this point. Just immediately putting pressure on the Schrobkes with a couple of good stones on the front end here.
And now we're going back to that discussion that we had like 5-10 minutes ago, right? I mean, putting up a corner guard, is it going to be? It looks short, so.
Yeah, corner guards, it kind of assumes that your front end throws 80-90%. If not, then you might struggle a bit.
Yeah. But it's not super deep the way it curls there. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but being light's not bad, so the call is a 6, but I'd rather have a 3 than a 9. I don't want to be behind T.
Pretty close game so far on sheet C between Viry and Steengoed.
Yeah, 4-3.
Very wide. Okay, yeah, sweep, 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 sweep. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, it's good weight. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Opportunity there to hit and roll under.
Als een rolletje maar binnen, maar dit is ook oké.
So now you can see they have to abandon their corner guard strategy and adapt to the play. The good hit and roll would be very nice for the Schrobkes here.
Yep, yep, uit, 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 uit.
It is catching the guard. The guard was sitting on the center line.
He wants
so
it back anyways?
Yeah, I can imagine he wants it back.
It would have gone farther, by the way. It would have gone farther because he touched it.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is looking pretty good for Luxembourg. If they're able to guard their shot stone, they are guarding the right side of the ice. I mean, the right-hand side, looking from our angle, is a bit more straighter, harder to kind of tuck in a shot stone behind the guard.
And up there's okay.
Yeah, I think there's still room to come round on that other side, and then the guards are a little bit angled, but you're right, it is tougher to...
Yep.
This needs a whole lot of curl.
Let me curl it.
Still finds a decent curl, but it was a bit on the heavy side. But workable stones here from Daniel.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Wouter.
Roll the other side.
ball.
So
And now it's time for Luxembourg to use their center guard. That's the sweet spot, getting something behind the guard on the center line, pressuring.
Good control.
With a hit and roll, they can have a good value for money here, taking out red, having 2 stones in the house. Philippe was a bit off broom with a couple of his takeouts so far, but that was in the first half of the game. And no call so far.
Yep.
set
Yep,
that to
way
the
light.
inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still got it. Still got it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold the line. Hold the line.
This could
Okay.
work.
Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't get the roll, but
It wasn't way light. Well, actually, I was pretty light. I had 11-3. And we're looking for like.
Elf. Yep, hard.
a bit of a panic call there. Can they hold this line? Oh no, and it picks up curl, just a little kiss, but a misser here for the Dutch Schrobkes, but claiming or putting this on him, and now opportunity here for Luxembourg to really put on some pressure. Already having 2 in the house.
Yeah, Tilburg struggling all of a sudden.
But
it looks
I'd
like you were
I'd
right. They're
rather
really
be
starting
light
to doubt themselves, and
Then heavy.
some of the misses that we didn't see from them in the
Yeah.
first couple of ends.
And the good thing for the Dutch Schrobkes is the forefoot is still wide open on both sides, so no harm done. They have the hammer, but
Yeah, but they do have to start making some shots for sure.
that's true, yeah. And they have to hope for a couple of misses here, because if Luxembourg is able to put one good draw, then they could be in a bit of trouble.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And they get it around the guard. It's going to be tight.
Hey,
think it
chip
will
it,
tap the
chip it,
guards.
chip it, chip it, chip it. Keep it going. Okay, but that's the better miss.
Yeah,
That's the better way to miss.
it blocks off a
Vervelende
whole lot
kaart
on the
om de hit te
front.
gooien.
And you still have options to promote your yellow stones.
Yeah, I like this goal. If you you can find a. Was he actually just drawing to the button?
I think so. Not sure, but there's not that much curl.
It's kind of risky, but on
Ja,
Wouters
erbij.
first, I might have been tempted
Okay,
to
next
actually go in between those 2 yellow ones and kind of just bury it behind those the 2 yellow rocks
Dag
in the
maar wat je
house.
kan. Als dan dag maar.
Yeah, picks up the
Dag maar,
curl.
Jip.
Can they finish it? Can they finish it?
Oké.
Very nice
Nou, hij
shot.
knalde gewoon.
Yeah,
Very-
I
very
didn't
nice
expect
shot.
that amount of curl in the end, but that was exactly
ball
what they
Wouter.
needed to bury it behind the guards. And now the tables have turned here. Luxembourg.
Still
Not
a
right now,
straight.
but-
Yeah,
Yeah.
still a straight run back though. It's not all that
No, indeed.
far.
Yeah, and even if it's not a perfect one, as long as red goes out, you're still forcing Schrobkes to draw for one, potentially. Important thing is
Yes!
on the nose as close as possible.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And this could work.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow.
Outside.
Yeah, it didn't move at all. It looked like.
Yeah, it's a pretty straight side, so sometimes you kind of anticipate for a little bit of a curl and sweep just to hold the
Yeah.
line, and then in the end you figured out, wait a minute, it was dead straight all the way.
So now you got a choice. I mean, you
Wat
guard your
denken
one.
jullie? Denk
Or-
misschien dit, maar dan gooi je de hit een rol.
Yeah, I would mind guarding it. There's always trying to split it, kind of tap it behind the guards and roll to the sides, but yeah, leaving it exposed
Yeah.
is giving an option
Ja,
for
ze hebben
Luxembourg to do a
als ze diep
takeout that
liggen,
doesn't
dan
have to
hebben
be
ze wel de
extremely
dubbel.
perfect.
Dus je moet eigenlijk hoog liggen, maar je moet wel second shot liggen. Heel weinig marge.
Yeah, if your players are feeling it, I mean, you know, Wouter just played a pretty excellent draw. If he
Ja, het kan
virtually
wel.
the same weight and then lie second, lie two.
Oké.
If you're trying to be aggressive and snatch a couple, that would be an option. But
Yeah, at this stage of the game, if you're tied up, you want to kind of use your hammer to score two or more. If you have an opportunity, you probably don't want to settle for just one on your hammer.
Hij is oké. Oké. 10. Dagmar close. Waar is hij? Oké, Dagmar. Ga maar, Dagmar, all the way. Wow. Oh. Twijfelers.
Does this leave a double?
for sure.
Yeah, I think a perfect nose hit is what Luxembourg would like, I guess. That would leave their shooter on the center line in front of the house and would take both redstones out of play.
Yeah. Yeah, right in the nose.
Right out of the nose. Confirmed by the man with the yellow cap, the yellow hat.
Yeah, nose in the red. But the other handle's swingy, so it's really hard to get the ice right. And if I
He's covering his behind
and if I
already
hang
before
it,
he's throwing the
it-
shot.
or
Or
hit the guard, and that's terrible because the guard is kind of useful. So
You can see either way they put a broom. Very little ice here for a nose hit takeout, but it is a bit straight. Although this one
Nope.
will be on the center line or close to the center line. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Needs to curl a bit, needs to find that center line.
yes, yes,
Or
yes,
nose
yes.
hits.
yeah, he set it out again, so just gonna skimp it.
And sticks around and ends up
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a third shot position.
Yeah,
Red's still wide open.
That was definitely the pro side to miss it.
Als ik hem
I
hier
mean-
neer... Misschien dat zij de draw links moet gooien. Nou goed.
If he'd have missed the front one, he would have caught the back one. So
Ja, laten we dat doen. Zoiets. Mocht die diep zijn en je kan een rolletje hiervan afnemen, split is altijd prima. Oké, ja, ik probeer hem gewoon zo redelijk close bij het huis. En dan tappen we hem daarna door. Splitten we hem daarna.
And next week we'll have Team Ros from the Netherlands playing at the World Curling Tour.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the team roster. Is any of the Schrobkes playing with Team Ros, or is it a completely different team? I think Bart is probably.
Bart is playing in that team, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that team has played on the World Curling Tour before, but I think Ross is stepping in for their skip, who isn't playing, I think.
Scary, but
I'm not
No,
100% sure.
So we got to play it quiet. I think it's at least that for Hack.
It's there, but it's ambitious.
I don't see what else to do, so
Well, you could freeze to the one on the button.
Hack. Yeah. What else do we do?
Yeah, it's probably indeed. It's not an easy hack, and if
I
you
was
miss
thinking
it,
Hack because we want to.
Or if you watch the ones that were finishing on the right-hand side of the sheet now, you might still
In between
be
Hack and Backhouse.
it needs enough weight to tap red out of a scoring position, so it needs to roll almost in the 12 foot. There's not a lot of stone to catch with that guard sitting in front of it.
tight,
Yep.
unless he's heavy.
And if it's tight, I guess they have to sweep and hope for a double takeout then.
Push. You got it. Push.
Ooh, this could work. This could work. Squeezes behind the guard, taps red, and can they roll it out? They do, and what a terrific shot. I'm clicking this one.
Yeah, marking that one.
Yeah. I forgot about clicking shot of the matches, so John will have to watch the entire game to pick them out. But this was not just well executed, but also so crucial in the stage of the game.
Philippe and I talked about it, actually. I was thinking.
Yeah, and 12-3,
Yeah, I was
so
thinking-
it was a bit more than hack, but it was actually the
Only
weight that they were needing. So yeah, well done.
Je wilt wel echt scoren dit end. Ja, doe maar dit up. Zelfde ijs.
Now, no room for errors here for Dutch Schrobkes. Yellow sitting one.
Oké, tap die rode gewoon door. Je moet zeker
I
naar
am
de
wondering.
achtervoet.
You
A
see-
double takeout on the yellow ones could give them 2 points. Would that be an option you would consider, or is there too many kind of jam opportunities or jam risks, and is it safer to just draw it for one?
No, you mean the two on the left-hand side that are
Yeah.
lined up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you hit it with some weight, it doesn't matter if you spill the shooter, but that would bring the two redstones and both in scoring position.
No, but you just can't get it nose or right or on the low side, because then you're screwed.
Yeah, that's true.
But now, did he say he was raising the red one in? That's also kind of a precise shot, eh? That's gonna sweep the second one real hard.
I'm not sure. I think it's one yellow.
Yeah.
And Lëtzebuerg manages to steal again. So, yeah, the morale boost is still in effect for the Luxembourgians.
Ja,
Rick will be pretty happy about that one. Just needed a bit of curl for the promo. I still like that
oké.
call to tap it
goed.
in, but it wasn't easy
jammer.
though.
Nou, dan moet je nu...
Yeah, I mean, I thought the draw was there too.
Yeah,
which
true.
is
Yeah,
a
there was
little easier.
Quite a lot of space. I think full 8 foot would have done the trick.
I'm gonna leave you for 5 minutes and scoff down some food for my 8 o'clock game, but I'll be
yeah?
back as quick as I can.
It doesn't.
All Right, can Daniel
No. Now it's over
set up
curling.
his
So.
team for a new
No,
steal
but
here?
I don't want it to be more off the line.
Not on the center line, but it is a decent, usable center guard, I would say. Lëtzebuerg taking the lead in the game. They were sitting or facing a 3 points
hard. Leenlengte.
gap. Now, a couple of minutes later, they are in control.
Leenlengte. Right, okay.
Additional advantage for
Mooi bal.
Luxembourg is they could have the hammer in the last end, so if they could just keep the Schrobkes from scoring 2 or more, they could end up entering the final 8th end with a 4-4 tie, and that could be a nice way to start your end with the hammer.
If we're not buried, they're set up for 2.
I think kind of looks like this is what Daniel or Rick is going for, just making sure
Yep.
the Schrobkes cannot score 2 or more.
Yep. Still got it. Okay.
Nice takeout.
Yep.
Now it's
Job
still
done.
wide open.
Hetzelfde. Oké, niks dan. Ja, doe maar niks.
Meanwhile, an interesting score update over on sheet A. It looks like Schrobkes is facing their potential first win in the B division. They scored a couple of points and they are leading 7-3 there. So the Gala front is struggling a bit.
Whoa. It's all right. Should come. Yeah, we're all out, but.
Yeah, nice takeout here. Important thing here is to clear those red stones, avoid red from having multiple stones in the house. I think Rick wouldn't mind allowing Bart to take this 1 point, handing over the hammer back to Luxembourg for the last end. Good thing with this kind of takeouts is it keeps the end well paced.
Okay, whoa, we got it. I'm ready to get a little roll. Yep. Roll it.
Yeah, nice takeouts here from Luxembourg, and even with this one, Daniel almost manages to sweep this one behind the guard, but it sits in a nice position there. And, no missed takeouts. which is
11, kom
important.
maar 11. Rolletje naar buiten is prima. 11. Wouter. Hard, Wouter.
And it's important to not
All the
dismiss
way.
this one.
Je hebt
They
hem nog
really
wel.
need to catch yellow. Lucky for them they do, because if this was a miss, then Luxembourg could look for a steal guarding up again, but now they are going to
Start to be behind
settle for a
T.
draw.
So
And they still have that guard, which is useful.
or less.
Feels like this was released slightly inside.
It's a lot of
Also
room.
looks heavy. I'll have to wait and see. Rick mentioning
Oh,
this
what's the weight?
has plenty of room. Feels
Then
heavy though.
don't curl it. Yeah.
Still slowed down in the end.
Elf. Linda. All the way. Blijven pushen. Komt wel iets. Ja, hij komt er wel op. Op, laatste stukje. Oké, goed genoeg.
There you have it.
Super.
Line's better. Yep.
Starts to curl,
Yep.
needs to get around the guard, then bury it behind the guard.
Yep.
This looks
Yep.
pretty good.
Yep.
Entering the house. Again, they sweep it. Is it in the house though? I don't think so. Bart is double checking, but is just died in front of the house.
For that, then. Yeah.
It is usable, could be a double
Normal.
center guard setup there. And the Schrobkes, they will opt
Voorste,
to
dubbel.
clear those guards. Yeah, the guards are helpful for Luxembourg. Luxembourg sitting in a kind of comfortable position. Stealing one, fine. Schrobkes just scoring one,
Yep.
also fine for the Luxembourgians. So
Fout. Prima. Ja, ga.
Fine. So now we can do the swingy turn. Maybe a little less. Because a split off our guard is not terrible. A split off the guard is not terrible.
and,
Oh,
skip time.
yeah.
And Rick make a perfect draw and raise the pressure here.
Go ahead then. 4's not enough.
Really needs to bite the house, preferably
Yep.
to just leave a force to 1. Otherwise, the Schrobkes might opt to blank. Comes in a bit short. Comes in a bit short.
Broom is right, but
Dus Peel.
And we're gonna have a peel weight takeout, which means Dun Schrobkes is settling for just winning the end, taking the 1 point here.
Yep.
This has some weight on it. Both the guards go. And everything's open again, which means there's only one more thing to do here for Rick, and that is putting it on the pin and then forcing the Schrobkes to blank or to miss.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, because that's the straighter turn, so yeah.
And on sheet C, we can see the game concluded. It was a very close game, but from the looks, it feels and it looks like Viri manages to take the win and did it for the 3.
T line.
So 5-4.
This is like, I don't think it's will curl that much.
And a hard-fought win for the French team coming from Paris.
Sweep, sweep. 4's not a call was T line, so I think you got it. Yeah. Yes. But no. Let's. I want T line. Okay. Whoa. It's there. It's there. Good. Okay. Good job.
All right. Yeah. Luxembourg wanting the stone as close to the pin as possible.
Geef maar iets minder ijs. Ja.
And take out here for Dun Schrobkes.
The blank. Yeah.
Going for the blank, which means they want to have that little roll there. And I think that's a good decision. But no more room for mistakes here. They have to take out yellow.
Yep. Go. Linde, veeg hem hard.
This one rolls out. Blank the 7th end as Dun Schrobkes is taking the hammer into the 8th and final end here. Lëtzebuerg having a 1 point score lead.
Ik heb die stomme hit voor blank zo.
And I think for both teams this is a super close, tense situation, but for the viewers and for us this is exactly what we want. All coming down to the last end. Everything boils down to the last stones. Each player, they know they have to enter the end with the knowledge that every mistake can be brutal at this stage of the game. Oh yes, we have Gary back. How was your dinner?
Line's good, but yeah, I'd rather be out than in. I think that's coming down.
Maybe it's enough to give you a winner chicken dinner later this evening against Verreken.
I think the weight's great, but don't sweep. I think we're critical. Yeah. You were putting it on the 8th, but it was the 7th. That's the score for the 7th end. So you put the score.
I thought we were one.
Yeah, true.
Blijven nog een beetje of we niet hier willen. Doe maar dit. Wat we afgesproken hadden. Back 4 is oké. Oké. Lijkt inderdaad wel hard.
Feels heavy. Needs to be in the house. Really needs to be in the house.
Wel hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they decided up front to go for this kind of corner guard with the first stone in the house, but Bart said he was tempted by the look of the yellow guard to just
Again, I'd
draw
rather be
behind
light.
it. Now let's see if Daniel is able to kind of make use of that little error from the Dutch Schrobkes.
Yeah, never.
Also very
Let it
wide.
work.
Okay.
Right. Now remember, the Schrobkes, they have the hammer. It may not be hard to win the end, but just 1 point is not enough. They are looking for 2
Ja,
points
wel
here.
erin, hè? Hij moet er zeker in. Liever back 4 dan een guard. Oké, blijf kijken. Het is oké. Ah, mooie bal hoor. Kijk.
Ideally, but I want the red gone.
Ideally the roll, but I think Rick just wants to avoid a scenario where it's all too easy for the Schrobkes to have an open house to draw for 2.
Yeah. It was
There it
missed
is.
and then it fell. Made the shot because it fell. Right, yeah, that's what falling is, yeah.
Main objective, taking out red, is succeeded.
Elf. For je control. Yep.
It's controlled sliding here from Linde.
Uit.
Immediately on the broom, trying to avoid tapping that guard there.
Oh, Wouter. Dag nou, rol hem. Ah, net. Kut. Oké, sorry. Weinig ijs.
Oh wait, yeah, they were allowed to take it out, but they tried to get the roll. Now they just replaced center guards.
So again, everything, nothing behind T. Short is better, short of the rings is better than behind T.
One good draw is all they need to claim a steal. Yeah, that's true, indeed. But at
Good
least that
line.
would put them in a scenario where Schrobkes has to try and clear guards. They can put guards
See, the
back,
line's
that kind of
tight,
scenario.
but
Both teams sweeping on this stone.
like the teamwork.
Ik denk dat we er gewoon in willen gaan. Precies. We hebben geen extra end.
Ja. Yeah, this end can still swing in all kinds of directions. Luxembourg could steal and win. Schrobkes could score 2 and win.
Clean,
Schrobkes could
yep.
score 1 and draw. Everything's possible so
Alleen
far.
lengte, alleen lengte. Hij is wijd. Sorry, hij is hard. Ja, hij is er doorheen.
This is not what they were hoping for.
I'm not sure if I wanted it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't end up being like a decisive.
Line's a little
stone.
tight, but okay, it's line's fine. Line's fine. Yeah, yeah. No. So, yeah, I don't want to be behind T. Okay.
Right, and this is a decent stone here. It is in the 4 foot behind the guard. It is sitting on the T line, and it is basically pressuring Tilburg quite a lot. I think they have no other option than
Breng die
to
guard weg.
get the guard out. They have to deal with that yellow stone.
Je kan ook proberen de hackweight hierop te gooien. Marges die guard pakken.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes with if you don't have the best efficiencies, curling can be just a battle for the pin.
Tien. Yep. Uit.
Yes.
Uit. Rol hem, Linde. Uit.
Taps
Hij
in.
stikt. Dat is
red
ook
stone.
mooi.
Good work. At least they have a stone in the house, but now Luxembourg, they still have an option to defend their shot stone here.
Yeah.
I think that would be the safer option here, just guard it.
Yeah, or less. The red stone's in the way. With guard weight, this should be about right. Stay with it. Might need to fit. No, but stay. Yep.
This looks
Yep,
great.
yep,
If they
yep,
can
yep.
just extend it well enough to
Just
serve
good
as a guard,
Just
this
good enough.
works. Yeah, the
We
gap's
almost lost
closed.
it. Like if that had put the brakes on any sooner, we're dead.
Mag hem ook normal gooien. Maar je moet hem weg hebben, dat is het marge.
And
Wil je normal of control?
just one more thing for Schrobkes to do is clear this guard. Guard has to go. They need to be able to reach the Yellowstone for a no-set hit and stay takeout and score 2 points, win the game. But if all of that should be possible, then they need to clear this guard. Important takeout here. Well, to get you up to speed. Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep. Uit.
Guard needs to go.
Wow.
Could be a run back double takeout. No, but the guard is gone. That was the main objective, and it forces Luxembourg to replace it. And as long as they are able to replace that guard, if they can keep it up, they have a chance to steal their way into a victory.
Well, we need to keep the speed going so we control the line. If it's really coming down, then you don't get any control. So
Down to the last 4 stones here.
I mean, if their last stone is a run back for the win, I'll give it to them.
Yes. And Rick, the team has put you in the position where you can bring the victory home. Now it's all up to you, of course, with a bit of line calls and sweeping. But aside from that,
Yeah, it needs to work.
he's pretty happy that he is in this position where his last 2 stones can count for the win.
That's why I'm here. It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Sweeping to extend the curl. Can they get it in the same position? They do. And I don't think Schrobkes will go in between. I think they will just try and clear the guard
Als je
again.
met control gooit, als je binnen zit, dan heb je die guard. En als je hem maakt, dan is het echt een hele mooie bal. En net is wel die open hit. Ik denk dat ze die dan gooien. Maar willen we dat proberen? Het vervelende is als je hem mist,
Yeah, then again, they need to score 2, of course.
dan rood. Nee, maar als je eerst geel raakt, dan rood, dan ligt hij hiervoor. Dus dat is ook niet heel mooi. Ja, ik kan een peel gooien door het board heen. Als ik dan geel eerst raak, dan trek ik tenminste nog.
Now,
Ik denk,
imagine if they clear the guard and you're Luxembourg. Would you guard it
als je ze
to
beide
try and
raakt,
win?
oké,
Would you
dan
put
gooi je nog hierheen.
or would you take out the Yellowstone
wel
and
open.
at least make sure you cannot lose the game anymore?
Ja, dat...
Kind of depends on
Er zal
what
nog
your
niet
ambitions
genoeg
were for
druk
this
op
game.
Doe maar
If
een
you feel
haakje
like you're the
trappenrij.
stronger team, you'll try to win. If you feel like you were the big underdog, you
Ja, je
might
wilt
be
eerst
happy
die-
with
als je
a
overknalt,
tie.
dan wil je eerst die gele raken. Oké, ja, ik gooi een peel het liefst door het poortje heen, maar als je de dubbel peel gooit, is het prima. Rol dan onze eigen shooter gewoon
I think that would be the smart option. Puts up maximum pressure.
Yep, uit! Wow! Wow!
Oh no, this is worst case, I think. This is worst case, although, and what a way to be extremely lucky. Now, a minute there, I thought they would clear out their own guard, but now the question is, which stone
Well, it's
is
payback for the last time that happened.
payback for the last time?
Sorry.
Yeah.
We can scratch it up.
I'd rather just die here, and then if I touch it a bit, yeah. But then we tie. Like I'll take a tie.
Yeah, Rick's saying, I'd rather just die here, then he's referring to the stone, of
But
course.
then-
If,
but I don't
if you have
like-
family and relatives
I'll never
watching.
kill this, and then I don't want to leave this open for an open hit for 2. So no, the shot is to just T-line.
What an incredible lucky shot there from
much more.
the Schrobkes. And it changes
LSD
so
shot.
much now. So much.
I mean, we have to get by the guard. Even a little more. Yeah. Because like if I come down to the yellow, a freeze on the yellow is pretty good, eh? But if I overcurl, we're dead.
Saying hi to Owen Rees. He is watching. They are currently traveling back to the UK. They are in the Euro tunnel. Team Rees had a good weekend. Had 3 wins, 0 losses, so they are top of the league, trying to get back in A. They deserved basically to be in A after a very, very tough relegation. 6 points, just relegated on LSDs there. Yep.
Sure.
Oh, this could work. This could work. And a small bump could be perfect. And now Lëtzebuerg is sitting 2, and the Schrobkes, they will have to deal with the situation. The victory suddenly tips over to the Luxembourgians once more, and what a roller coaster end, even with the unpredictable lucky shots. But this is a dream scenario. All of a sudden it was a nightmare with the previous stone, but this fixed everything. How do you score 2 from this? How do you score 2 from this? I don't see a reasonable, feasible option to score 2. You have to basically try and force your way into a tie. You can see the way Bart is sliding to the hacks.
I think they're second.
Yeah.
Niet zelf slaan, hè, Linde.
This is not the type of zone you want to throw as a fourth, having the faith of the game in the palm of your hand. Throwing the final stone of the game, but as viewers of the stream, as curling fans, this is so enjoyable to watch.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Linde.
Yeah, needs to curl a bit. It is coming. Oh! Oh! It is definitely shots, and is it second shot? Are they going to measure? They are doubting. It's 1 for sure, but they have not decided which stone. They're going to measure. Bart is proposing the measure. I don't think Rick is opposing that proposal.
Oh, well, let's measure because...
Yeah, they're saying let's measure because this is so important. It is crucial for the outcome of the game, and he couldn't have dreamt for a better scenario. So
I was very
it's
nervous.
definitely not a victory for Lëtzebuerg. That's the one thing we know for sure. It is a tie, but maybe a win for the Schrobkes. But in order to know the answer to that question, we will have to wait the outcome of the measurements.
Well, let's have a look.
And people then have a way of standing in the middle of the house.
80.5.
80.5, overhearing. And now let's see.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's definitely yellow, which means a tie, and I think Lëtzebuerg is very happy, but an extremely satisfying way to watch the end unfold here. And excellent stone from Bart. I mean, you have to hand it to him.
Thank you.
He was
That's crazy.
sitting in a very, very uncomfortable position, having to throw that almost perfect stone, but he did. And it felt like a moral victory, just managing to succeed on that last stone. But a tie.
Yeah, I think the way the match went, I think both teams can be happy with a tie because, I mean, Tilburg really had a solid grasp on the game in the beginning. They kind of let it slip. Luxembourg came back. I think it's actually a really fitting end to how the whole match played out, you know?
Yeah.
It was kind of like one team got hold of some ends, the other team got hold of the other. Even some swings in the very last 10 and then a measure to boot. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Yeah, if I had to write the scenario, I couldn't have written this down. I would feel
For
like I
sure.
was exaggerating the potential tens, but it was like 2 games in one. First half of the game, the Schrobkes, they were heading for an easy win basically. Lëtzebuerg swooped in. They had the moral boosts. They pushed through. And the last end was just both teams playing their absolute best. And then a tie maybe is the fair result here.
Yeah, I think so too. Absolutely.
We're going to have a little break, but after this we have the final Super Sunday match. Let's say the Classico in Belgian Curling, N19 against Team Vreken. Those teams have a huge history playing against each other, not only in the league, but also the challenges. Gary, you are participating in the match. Who is a better person to ask, like your your predictions and your view on the game?
Yeah, I mean, just purely on talent. I mean, there's no contest, right? I mean, I think 1-for-1, Team Vreken has got to be the better team. Truthfully, with N19, we had a terrible start to the first half of the season. We're coming a little bit into our own. Still, some near misses here and there in the last game, and rocks that didn't quite turn out the way we wanted them to be. But yeah, we're definitely gonna fight our hardest and give them a good game and see where we end up.
Did you had a special way to deal with the first round? Did you train on something, or did you change things with the teams or tactics, or did you just say, well, sometimes everything so close can be a bit of bad luck, but who knows, next round could be totally different again?
No, I mean, I don't think the team got together a lot to practice the very beginning of the season, and then personally I had an injury where I kind of stubbed my toe right before going out to Prague with Team Vreken. So that left me without being able to practice for like two months and a bit, really, and it really set me off. But that's just personally. So yeah, it took us a couple of games to get into the groove. We managed to not be relegated, which I think would have been a first for N19. So at least we managed to safeguard our position in the first division. And then now let's see, just make the best of every game.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna wish you luck. You have some prep to do, get in the mindset of the game, and yeah, good luck with that. And to the fans, we'll have a little break, and we hope to see you in I think in about an hour for the final game. Team Vreken against N19, the big battle here.